If we murdered fewer people, it'd be great for the economy. It really would. If you know what this economy needs? Less murdered. New report, which says a lot about the United States of America, United States of poverty. Poverty is the fourth greatest cause of U.S. death. A University of California Riverside paper published this past Monday, April 17th, in the Journal of American Medical Association, associated poverty with an estimated 183,000 deaths in the United States in 2019 among people 15 years and older. 183,000 deaths were connected to poverty. The analysis found that only heart disease, cancer, and smoking, which don't most people who die from smoking die from cancer? So I don't get why those are two separate things. Anyway, heart disease, cancer, and smoking were associated with a greater number of deaths than poverty. Obesity, diabetes, drug overdoses, suicides, firearms, and homicides, among other common causes of death, were less lethal than poverty. Although, again, don't many of those that were in that list, drugs, like hard drug use, suicides, diabetes, aren't a lot of those associated with poverty? So it sounds like poverty should be even higher on the list if you were to factor in some of those. If you were to take the number of suicides that are poverty connected and add it to the poverty part of the graph, part of the pie chart, then the pie piece gets larger. And you get more diabetes because you get a larger piece of pie. Poverty kills as much as dementia, accidents, stroke, Alzheimer's, and diabetes, said David Bray. I guess he means combined, because we already knew it was more than diabetes and those others. So if it's more than them, it can't be as much as them. So I think he means combined. Anyway, the study's lead author said poverty silently killed 10 times as many people as all the homicides in 2019. And yet, homicides from firearms and suicides get vastly more attention. Vastly more attention. I mean, you guys know this. You flip on the news, and they're going to be talking about firearms killing somebody. They're going to be talking about poverty killing somebody. No, never. Could you imagine if our mainstream media actually told you when people were povertied to death? Could you imagine? It would be half the news hour, every night would just be like, and now we're bringing the stories of the 500 people across America who were povertied to death today. Such senseless murders in a country as rich as ours. And the true culprits of these murders, the murderers, are the ruling, rich, mother fudge nutters. We'll keep it clean for the kids, who run the systems that could be stopping this nonsense. There is no reason people should go without in this land, except that capitalism requires a certain number of people to be just churned up into a fine dust, ground up into a paste. And now we know the exact number, 183,000 a year, which is 500 a day. 500 a day. 500 a day povertied to death. Lives stolen by this trash heap economic atrocity. Then the article goes on to say some of the most capitalist things I think I've ever heard. It says, quote, which it sounds like a good article so far, a good report, important report, right? Poverty killing people. I think we should be talking about that. But it then goes on to say, beyond the emotional suffering, who cares about that? Deaths are associated with a great economic cost. Experts agree that death is expensive for a family, community, and government, Brady said. Oh, God, so pricey. If we had less poverty, there'd be a lot better. So the article continues. If we had less poverty, there'd be a lot better health and well-being. People could work more, and they could be more productive, Brady said. All of those are benefits of investing in people through social policies. Yes, if we murdered fewer people, It'd be great for the economy. It really would. If you know what this economy needs? Less murdered, less of us murdering people with poverty. Be really good for the economy. Yeah, because it's not enough to just murder fewer people because, I don't know, morality, ethics, not being a psychopath. How about that? No, we need to make us more money. That's why we'll keep them alive, to make us more money. Plus, they say killing fewer people would allow those people to work more. That's what he says. They'd be able to work and be productive. Basically, by dying, they're getting out of their wage slave jobs early. How unfair. That is completely not fair. They need to get their asses back to work. Back to work. How dare they die from poverty before they finished all their work? Come on back. Come on. You don't get out that easy. Come on back. Get back on the factory line there. Okay? That's selfish of you to think you can get out of our wage slave shit show by dying. Thank you, author. Author of the study, Brady. Anyway, that report, incredibly important in terms of how our system works. Fourth biggest killer. And, people love to give these, like, tiny numbers of how many capitalism has killed. No, it's a shit ton. It's 183,000 a year just from poverty. That's not all the other things that, capitalism also is responsible for a lot of those cancers that were number 3 on the list of deaths, right? Because if corporations dumping shit in the water, in the air, in the everything, that doesn't count as capitalism, killing people.